I was sent this NEOS II Ultra by Soocas so I can tell you a little bit more about it, what you're gonna get, how it works, and why this is pretty cool. So let's get right to it. Let's talk about what you're actually going to be getting. So first, this is going to be the base of it. You are going to get a charger, and the charger is a USB, and it's a wireless charger, and it's magnetized. So that's pretty cool. You are going to be receiving two different brush heads. This one is the soft, and I'll show you what that one looks like. See, it's nice and soft. And then you have so that one's the ultra soft. This one is the ultra clean. That way you can see what the difference is. This one is a thicker bristle, and right here in the middle of this, that one's a little bit harder. So depending on the softness that you prefer, I actually like the ultra soft. I always use soft bristles. Now you are also going to receive a cleaning brush and a carrying case. And this is a really nice carrying case. I'm kind of weird like that. I really get into carrying cases because I travel a lot for work. So being able to pack it all away in a spot that's already meant for it is perfect. So let's get into how this actually works. So I mentioned that the battery is a USB and this is a wireless charger, but I did not mention that it does not come with a block. So you will have to provide your own block, but that's okay because we probably have one lying around somewhere. So we're talking about battery life, and this will actually go from a full charge. This will actually have a 30-day battery life. So you only need to charge it every month roughly. Now I wanted to show you, this does not have water in it yet, but I wanted to go and show you the oscillation and how it moves. Let's turn this on. All right, so this is actually going to have a 20-degree oscillation, as you can see here. And it can actually go up to 66,000 movements per minute. That's wild. And it does have 3 different modes. So this is like your low, where it doesn't have as much oscillation. That one is your medium. And that one's your high oscillation. And I'm getting there by pressing this button. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to fill it with some water and let's talk more about it. Along the back here is actually where you're going to fill it with water. And if you want to remove the entire reservoir, then you can do so just by kind of like pulling it off like that. And that's how it goes back on. So the way that this works is your brush and floss is considered your deep clean. And then after brushing for 2 minutes, it's automatically going to move to a floss. So what it mentions is that when you're doing the brush and floss, you can put a little bit of toothpaste here. But if you're doing just floss, obviously you're not going to want to use toothpaste, but you can always use a little bit of mouthwash and water. So we're just going to go ahead and fill that up and close it like so. All right, so I'm going to go and show you the flossing, and that way you can see like when it's a brush and floss, how the water shoots out, and the floss, how that's going to shoot out too. So when it flosses, it's going to shoot in a pulse. Pulse, 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 pulse. When it's doing the brush mode, right now I have no water coming out of it. But remember, that's because after 2 minutes of brushing, that's when it's going to add the floss. And it's still going to floss in that pulse, 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 pulse. Like this. And yes, the head is moving. I travel a lot, so that's why one of the beautiful things about this is you can literally just go ahead and dump out the reservoir and it will dry. But even with the charging, there's no hole, there's no porthole to go and charge with. So that way, if there is not that many ways for liquid to get in, there's not that many ways for it to mold. Again, this has a 30-day battery, so that way you're going to have to charge it a lot less. So here's my overall verdict of this. You could have a water flosser, you could have an electric toothbrush. I like the fact that this has both. I think it does both very well. And I love the travel case. Perfect for people that travel because that way you're not carrying everything in the world. Now, who is this good for? I think that this is perfect for almost everyone, but really for people that have dentures, especially the all-on-4s. I think this is good for people that have braces because you know it's so hard to get underneath the braces and in between. That's what makes this perfect. People that are not, maybe they're not very good at remembering to floss. That's what this is good for because that way it's going to do it for you. But overall, I just think anyone that wants to have their teeth cleaner and with a lot less mess, that's what I think that this is good for. So if you're looking for a really good electric toothbrush and water flosser, I recommend picking this one up. If you're interested in getting one for yourself, I will leave a link down in the description where you can pick up yours as well.